Hi, it's David Rowland. About 3 weeks ago, I had a message from an old friend of mine, and he was wondering if I could share any tips and tricks for a hard gainer to add some muscle mass and strength. Great question. Now, I don't know a whole lot about the individual except that he is a couple years younger than me, so let me kindly call him a middle-aged male. So we're going to go from that. A lot of this will also be suitable to any males and even females, but I'm really going to focus on hard gainer males at this moment. The main thing that you want to do, Bob, is you need to gain muscle, you need to create a caloric surplus, okay? So we can do some math and calculate how many calories that you need on a daily basis, and we need to add a number to that. That'd probably be about 300 calories every day, and again, caloric surplus that you would need. That's number one that we need to do. The second thing that we need to do is focus on increasing testosterone, and everything else that we're focusing on is going to be about increasing testosterone, and this would apply to males, especially middle-aged males, where we need to kind of fight against that downward spiral of testosterone as we get older. So much of this would apply. Okay, so here we go. After we create the caloric surplus, we need to increase our testosterone. And we can do that by nutrition. A couple key points. And by the way, all of these tips are just kind of natural things that we can do. None of them have anything to do with any supplements or any testosterone replacement therapies. Okay, so this is all good natural stuff. So let's focus on the nutrition first, and I'm going to go through these quick. And by the way, I'm going to have all of this information linked below in the bottom of the video so you can pull it off of there also. Nutrition, no processed food. And if I could give you one tip at all, stay away from processed food. It's an absolute testosterone killer. Focus on grass-fed, grass-finished meats. Broccoli and cauliflower are great vegetables for you. In fact, in males in particular, they help decrease or suppress estrogen, which is going to give you a better testosterone to estrogen balance. Watch the alcohol. It can be a testosterone killer. And focus on the good fats. We need to have a lot of fats in our diet, and they primarily should come from olive oil, coconut oil, nuts such as almonds, macadamia nuts, my personal favorite, almond butter, and avocados. Okay. By the way, the protein that you should be taking in should be about 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight. The rest of your macros should consist of pretty much the remainder would be 50-50 carbohydrates and fats. So really, and I could dial this in a little bit better for you, but in general, for kind of simplicity's sake today, a third protein, a third carbohydrates, a third fat. Keep in mind though that 1 gram of protein and 1 gram of carbohydrates each have 4 calories. 1 gram of fat has 9 calories. So we need to watch out for that. The next thing we get into is training. Your training should be intense and short. Full body workouts are a great way to go and really can help increase the testosterone for older dudes. And I would say work around the 8 to 12 rep range. That works great for maximizing your testosterone level. I work out 4 times a week, and those workouts take about 45 to 50 minutes, and then I usually finish up with a little bit of cardio, 10 to 12 minutes after those weight training sessions. So limit your cardio. Limit your cardio if you're trying to gain weight. 10 to 12 minutes after a weight training session would probably suffice. Try HIIT cardio. High intensity interval training is a great way to go for that. And I would suggest not running. Unless you're a runner, I would suggest not running. There's too many chances for it to break down muscle. The next thing we get into is rest and recovery, and this is so important, especially as we go older. You know, think about it. As we get older, you get a bruise on your leg or you get a cut, it simply takes longer to heal, and that is very true also with our workouts. So we need to be very purposeful and plan out our rest and recovery, get plenty of sleep, minimize stress, and make recovery a priority. The next thing I would say to you is grind. You got to focus on the grind, and I'll tell you why. Somebody could lose fat at a rate of about 2 pounds a week approximately, or 8 to 10 pounds a month. Conversely, if you're trying to gain weight, if you're trying to gain muscle, at our age, it's probably going to take about a year to put on about 10 pounds. So you got to love the grind, love the process, and continue going through all that. So if you have your caloric surplus of about 300 calories per day and you do all this other good stuff, I would do that for a couple weeks, maybe even 4 weeks. And if you're still not gaining weight, add another 300 calories and continue on with the grind and do this for about another 4 weeks. And if you're still not gaining weight, we would need to add about another 300 calories. So there's a real quick overview. I hope that helps. Hit me up any other questions and I'll try to dial in some of these details in future videos. Have a great night.